I'm really happy that we've gotten the commission together. We got it formed last week and appointed last week. The good news is we've started already on a very robust agenda to address human trafficking in Hillsborough County. We have a wonderful place to live, and we have great citizens here, but what we want to also do is make sure they're safe. And human trafficking is a unfortunate, traumatic experience for those people that are caught in that web of basically slavery. Whether it's labor or sex trafficking, it's illegal. And we want to make sure people know what it looks like, how it happens, what you do when you see it, and to give law enforcement the opportunity to actually fight it effectively in the courts. Oftentimes on large events, such as the Super Bowl, frequently things like this, like human trafficking, follow around those events. People are out gonna have a good time, let's provide the entertainment that some people want. We don't want that here. And the best news is this is a great place to come and have fun, but that's not the kind of fun we want to tolerate in Hillsborough County. So we're making sure that people are aware of it, what it looks like, and make sure it doesn't happen. The good news is the county wanted to make sure it put its own efforts in the right place. So we've gone through what's called procurement, or the way we buy and sell products, to make sure that we've got standards. Know what human trafficking is. Make sure you're not participating in human trafficking. Make sure your employees are educated and aware of what they need to do and what they can do to fight human trafficking. And they are not condoning it in any way. So when we realized that, we thought, well, the best way to get people to do those things and know they're doing it is to create the Hillsborough Heroes Against Human Trafficking. So when you're a hero on this issue, you have an opportunity to win. And not only win what you're offering the community for protections, but you also have an opportunity of actually gaining better sort of rankings with procurements and with purchases. If they want to do business with the county, similar to the MBE program, the Minority Business Enterprise Program, it'll have to be monitored to make sure everybody's in compliance. But when you are able to be a hero, and prove that you're a hero by certification, you're able to actually get extra bonus points for participating in that program when you're doing business with the county. Most contracts come up with a ranking system. It'll just be one more opportunity to shine. Well, when we say zero tolerance, we mean that. So the good news is most of our future vendors will recognize this program and have a way of showing that they are, in fact, in compliance. And that gives them an opportunity to do well. But then when we have additional business or new vendors coming to the table, they'll recognize how that's an advantage to them. Human trafficking, like I said, whether it's sex trafficking or labor trafficking, happens every day. It's not something that just happens around big events. So our goal and our focus on by having an ongoing commission is where we keep a keen lens on the crime, make sure that we are also caring for those individuals that have been traumatized by this event, and then provide the resources available to them to make a good choice for themselves. When someone, for example, in either labor trafficking or human trafficking, sex trafficking, they're in a very vulnerable position, and frequently the only person they can trust is the person that actually is abusing them. So we need to help build the programs out there, or coordinate the programs that are actually already out there, to make sure that they're able to tap into those resources to help be less vulnerable in the way they live their lives. There's been a lot of people worried about this for a long time before we got announced with the Super Bowl, but we've got a keen eye on it now because we have a very large profiled event that has had a history of having a lot of human trafficking arrests during those events. So there's hypervigilance in terms of that particular event and how we respond. We don't want it here. Zero tolerance means zero. The board is made up of law enforcement, investigators, social services agencies, entertainment. Our Visit Tampa Bay wanted to make sure, because they have such an outreach with our citizens, we wanted to make sure they were at the table. School board, state task force members, our judicial system. So we have a wide variety of stakeholders in this conversation at the table to share information and to come up with great ways that we can tackle this problem in a good way. When you're able to see from other people's perspective, you can also see how you can best help. And that's why I thought it was so important to have a wide variety of individuals that have a voice in what they do, that they can take it back to their circle of influence to greatly address this problem. You know, the hotel and motel industry has a wide variety of labor force. The agriculture industry has a wide variety of labor force. You know, sex trafficking and labor trafficking is a big issue in any county. But Hillsborough's got its share, so we want to make sure that we take care of those individuals that are subject to it.